She wanted to tattoo my name. Right after losing her virginity. I'm a 27-year-old guy, and I just got out of one of the strangest relationships I've ever been in. It lasted only about 3 months, but it drained me mentally like it had gone on for a full year. Now that it's over, I figured I'd share the story. It might help someone out there, or at least give people something to talk about. So, I had just ended a 2-year relationship that fizzled out because of compatibility issues. We spoke different languages, had different love languages, and eventually realized we weren't right for each other. After taking a break from dating for about 5 months, I finally felt ready to start again. I wasn't looking for a casual fling, I wanted a genuine connection. So I downloaded Hinge, set up my profile, and started talking to people. That's when I met her. Let's call her Sophie. She was also 27, worked long hours, and lived not too far from me. We started texting and quickly moved to phone calls. Our conversations were long, deep, and fun. We talked about morals, boundaries, life goals, and we seemed to align on a lot. She was pansexual, which I initially thought might be an issue, but I didn't want to judge. She was kind, smart, and interesting. Not exactly my type physically, but I found myself getting drawn in regardless. During one of our late-night calls, she opened up to me and told me she had never been in a relationship before. She had also never had sex. At first, I thought it was a red flag, especially since she was 27, but she explained that she'd been through something traumatic in childhood, and because of that, she never felt safe enough to open up to anyone that way. She also told me she had borderline personality disorder. She said it mostly showed up as intense emotions and sudden mood swings. I appreciated the honesty, and I figured I'd just keep my eyes open and move slowly. We finally met in person after weeks of planning. She worked 6 days a week and got off late, so it was hard to schedule. The original plan was to meet at a 24-hour restaurant, but at the last minute, she asked if she could come to my place instead. I thought it was a little weird, especially for a first meeting with no intention of hooking up, but maybe she felt safe because I'm in a wheelchair. I said okay. We talked until 4 a.m. The next day, she texted me and said she was surprised I didn't try anything physical. I told her it didn't feel right, especially since she told me she was a virgin. I thought she'd appreciate the respect, but then she hit me with, "I actually would have slept with you. I just didn't say anything because I thought you might take advantage of me." That threw me off. She said she was just tired of being a virgin, tired of wondering what it was like, and she wanted to get it over with. I told her she needed to be really sure, and after a long talk, she said she was. So we did it. And honestly, it was awkward. She clearly didn't know what to expect, and I tried to be as gentle as I could. But right after we were done, she turned to me with a smile and said, "We should get matching tattoos. Your name and mine." I thought she was joking. She wasn't. I told her there was no way I'd do that. She said she wouldn't regret it even if we broke up. I tried to explain how insane that sounded. We barely knew each other. But she brushed it off like it was nothing. Then things got even weirder. She casually told me that when she was younger, she wanted to have surgery to attach a penis, yes, a fully functioning penis, above her vagina. I asked her if she meant she was trans, and she said no. She just liked the idea of having both. I was stunned. She said it so matter-of-factly, like she was telling me what her favorite pizza topping was. I asked a few more questions, and she said it was just something she thought about as a kid and didn't actually want anymore. I tried to let it go. But a few weeks later, she got tipsy and told me another story. Apparently, her cousin once told her about some surgery where they could graft parts together and make a working penis, but it turned out to be a scam. Then she looked at me and said, "That's something I've always wanted. And I always will." I completely lost it. I asked her why she lied to me. She said she only downplayed it before because she was scared I'd leave her. Then she flipped it and said, "If you really love someone, it wouldn't matter." I told her that wasn't fair. I have nothing against trans people, intersex people, or anyone expressing themselves however they want. But what she was talking about wasn't even real science. It was some Frankenstein experiment in her head. She was talking about a full surgical creation of a functioning organ that doesn't exist. She said she'd never do it without her partner's approval, but the fact that she wanted it, still, now, was enough to bother me. I told her that was something I couldn't unhear. I couldn't pretend she didn't say it. It changed the way I saw her. She cried. Then she ghosted me for a week. Then she came back like nothing happened. I broke up with her after that. I told her I needed someone emotionally stable, someone who was honest from the start. She called me closed-minded. I told her I wasn't judging her, I just didn't want to build a life on land that keeps shifting. And honestly, even now, a part of me feels guilty. Like maybe I should have been more accepting. But deep down, I know I did the right thing. She needed someone who could handle her whirlwind. And that someone wasn't me.